Hey guys, it's me, it's Queen Osset Hero, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. Alright guys, if you have time, please give this video a big thumbs up. Comment in the comment section if you have time, and pass it on to somebody else who may enjoy this video. So I got a message from a woman. She's a young girl. Well, she's about 22. So she's on her grown woman, but she's still younger. And she's dating this gentleman. She just met him like a couple weeks ago. He's an Aquarius, okay? And she's a Leo. They're getting along, they're having fun. And she said that nothing has gone wrong. You know, they're doing great. But she's scared as shit. She's scared. And I said, well, what are you afraid of? And she said, you know, everybody I talk to is like, oh my God, leave them Aquarius alone. They're violent, they're crazy, they're this, they're that. And she's like, I want to know, Queen, tell me the 411. Is homeboy going to be trying to whoop my ass? Is he going to be trying to bust me in the head? And I'm like, well, that depends. Let's talk about that a little deeper. First and foremost, it depends on the kind of Aquarius you have. If you have what I identify as a dark Aquarius, a low vibrational Aquarius, they are likely to do anything. A low vibrational Aquarius will kick your ass. They will fight you. They will cuss you out. They'll play mind games with you. They'll cheat on you. They'll sleep with people that you know. A low vibrational Aquarius will give you the business, okay? They will abuse you on multiple ways, or maybe just one, depends on what's their flavor, basically. Some of them are not as bad as being abusive, but they'll play mind games, which is emotional abuse, so they still can't get away from that. So many of the dark Aquarius, the low vibrational ones, will give you the business. Because when an Aquarius is low vibrational, it's because we haven't come into our spiritual selves. We haven't healed whatever needed to be healed. Because usually that's a reflection of anger, hurt, and bitterness. So this is somebody who has something deep going on that they have not addressed, and is coming out of them in all kinds of nasty ways. Or there was somebody who wasn't raised with love. You know, it's a couple different things that can do that to an Aquarius. So if you have a dark Aquarius, then you have a very dangerous animal. That's why I never recommend that you get into a relationship with a dark Aquarius. And people are like, well, how do I know they're dark? By their actions. Are they doing stuff? Are they angry? Are they bitter? Are they loud? Do they talk down to you? Are they condescending? Do they cuss you out? Do they have a smart mouth? You know, what kind of Aquarius is this person? Now, based on what she was telling me, he doesn't sound like a dark Aquarius. So let's go to the other direction. So if he's not a dark Aquarius, you don't have the problems with abuse. But every Aquarius has a dragon, okay? Our temper is a dragon. And most of us do not fight. Most Aquarius are not fighters. We'll fight if we have to. We will defend ourselves, but we don't usually instigate stuff like that. So most Aquarius are not fighters, but most Aquarius will fiercely defend themselves. And not only will we fiercely defend ourselves, if pushed too far, an Aquarius will snap. I'm just going to keep it real with you. An Aquarius is intelligent and rational enough, most of us anyway, to attempt to not go off, because we already know our temper is bad. So we have, I know for me, any of us that are light, we have all kinds of defense. I ain't gonna call them defense mechanisms, but I guess they're coping mechanisms that keep us from getting angry, because we know our temper's bad. So we keep ourselves out of situations that are going to rear up our temper. That's why I don't argue with people, you know. That's why I don't do a lot of different things. I diffuse situations very quickly, because I know if my dragon wake up, she gonna air shit out. It's going to go down, and I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with the aftermath of it. I don't want to deal with feeling remorseful, because after I done snapped, I'm crying and I feel remorseful that I done acted out, and I don't want to deal with any of that. So over the years, I've taught myself how to de-escalate situations by not arguing with people, and you know, just certain things that I do. I don't debate, you know. I just I'm real like, Like, I'm just real like, ain't got time for it. I just keep it pushing. And a lot of us have learned coping mechanisms such as that one and many others to keep ourselves from going off. But if an Aquarius is pushed verbally or physically, the possibility is always there. This is a sign that's ruled by the most unpredictable planet in the sky. Uranus is the most unpredictable planet there is. It's like 1 minute Uranus will have like good weather, the next minute, according to what I read about the planet, the next minute, lightning bolts will be coming out of nowhere. Next minute, that stopped and something else. Heavy winds have picked up, or whatever the case is. I don't know about the atmosphere of Uranus, but according to the stuff I remember from science class, Uranus has things come out of nowhere, just bursts of things happening, such as lightning is the one I remember. So when you're dealing with something like that ruling your sign, that means that you're going to be unpredictable in your behavior, in your emotion, and if pushed too far, you will go off. An Aquarius pushed too far will snap. And the crazy thing about it, I'm gonna tell you about this time that I went off. And this was like about maybe 10 years ago. But the crazy thing about it was that I don't remember, I wasn't even close to this person. This person was on one side of the hallway, I was on the other side of the hallway. And all I remember is being on the other side of the hallway. And the next thing I know, I had my hands around his neck, slamming his head into the locker. And somebody was grabbing me and somebody was screaming. But how did I get from, how did I teleport from here to here is the part I can't remember. I don't remember even consciously grabbing this person. So the Aquarius, and this was 10 years ago, so I've done a lot of work on my temper since then. But the Aquarius is prone to snapping. I've seen a lot of Aquarius snap. I was talking to an Aquarius earlier today who told me that her boyfriend cheated on her first one, and this was about 15 years ago, and she set all his belongings on fire. So Aquarius, we're prone to snapping. It depends on what you do to us. And many of us would not hurt a fly under normal circumstances. But if you push an Aquarius too far, not all of us, but many of us have that dragon temper. If you have an Aquarius who's, more calm, their emotions are more calm. And that's what happened over time. I became more calm. I became less bitter. Things don't set me off as easy. But I bet you if pushed far enough, that Uranus lightning will still strike. So that's why I'm saying I don't expect him to be hitting you if he's a light, high vibrational Aquarius. I don't expect him to be hitting you or abusing you or anything like that. But if you ever see him go off or him snap, it will probably be because somebody attacked him. Somebody verbally attacked him or physically attacked him. And being a rational sort, we will probably try not to go there first. But, some people stupid and they don't realize they're dealing with a dragon. And if you keep on kicking the dragon's going to go off. So I would say that would probably be the only time I would expect him to be violent. Now, mind you, like I said before, we're not all like that, but many of us, like I've talked to a lot of Aquarius and they're like, dog, what do you do about your temper? They always ask me that. And I'm like, well, and the ones with a Aries or Sagittarius or Leo moon, that fire makes it even that much more intense, the emotion that much more intense, and then that makes the anger that much more intense when we pop off. And like I said, I don't even remember grabbing homeboy's throat. I don't even remember it. I just remember somebody screamed, somebody said, oh my God, and somebody started grabbing me. That's all I remember. But how I got to his throat is a mystery, at least to me, So that's why I'm saying is that it's not normal for us to, do things like that, but we do have a breaking point. And we're very vicious when that point is broken. See, some people are quick to anger. Some people are slow to anger. The Aquarius, I wouldn't say is quick to anger, But also Aquarius, like if people hit your triggers, that anger will come out quicker. Like you and I could be having a conversation and I could never get angry with you. But my mother could walk in and say and do certain things and I'll be ready to bite her. You know? So that's the thing. And that's another thing about the time I gripped up homeboy and slammed him into the wall. He said I growled at him. I don't remember that. And we did make up, by the way. After that happened, we made up. We're cool now. But he said I growled at him. He said, you grabbed me and growled at me. And I was like, uh-oh. I don't remember that part. I just remember coming to with his throat in my hands. So, like I said before, I would strongly suggest not attacking him. I never suggest attacking your lovers, period, male or female. Because a lot of times men will say to me, well, what if a woman hit me first? I don't believe a woman or a man and a man, a woman and a woman, whatever kind of relationship you're in, 3 men and a baby, whatever you are, you know, I don't think you should hit each other, period. Keep your hands to yourself, male or female. If you are hitting on your significant other, that is a relationship you should not be in. If they're hitting on you, that is a relationship you should not be in. So first and foremost, I'm going to put that on the table because that is important. But like I said before, he sounds like he's high vibrational, so I really would not expect that from him based on that energy. Aquarius just have that reputation because we are prone to snapping. And all Aquarius won't admit that, but I will admit it because people who know me already know. I can't come here and fraud about nothing because there's lots of people who have seen me snap. Now, they haven't seen me snap recently. They haven't seen me snap in quite some time, actually. But there are people that got stories from back in the day that love telling them, like my little brother. My little brother loves telling stories about times that I snap. He's like, she's all sweet and nice now, but y'all should have seen her when she was da-da-da-da. And he'll go into these long stories about times he remembers me snapping. So yeah, that is possible, but like I said, it doesn't have to be. If I were you, I would slow walk the relationship. I would not be afraid, and I would slow walk it. And what I mean by slow walk it is I would be his friend and gradually get to know him. Because if you take your time and get to know him, a person can only put their representative out there for a certain amount of time. Usually most people drop it within 2 months, to be honest with you. Some people can fake it a little bit longer. But take your time. Slow walk the relationship. Look for signs. Does he get angry quickly? Does he deal with his emotions? A man who doesn't deal with his emotions is a dangerous man. A man I would not be in a relationship with. You know, look for signs. Does he get angry? Does he yell at the waitress at the diner? How does he talk to his mother? How does he talk to his kids if he has any? How does he talk to other women? Does he always got something nasty and rank and negative to come out of his mouth? Watch his behavior because that's going to tell you if he's capable of violence or not. And if you take your time, and this is what I always tell women and men too, that's why I always tell them, take your time. Get to know a person, be their friend. Don't sleep with them the first day you meet them, you know? That's why I tell you guys on here about the 90-day rule. Being completely platonic for at least 90 days. And if you do that, you'll give yourself a chance, especially if you're spending time with them, you'll give yourself a chance to see what kind of person they really are. And believe what you see the first time. Okay? All right, guys, it's time for me to get going. So if you would like to have a reading done, please email me and I'll hook you up. Also, if you would like to contact me, my social media information is underneath this video. Come back soon because I got a lot more to say. See you later.